Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Steelers' radical offseason plan is finally becoming crystal clear. It has been quite the roller coaster of an offseason for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This follows an equally tumultuous offseason in 2024, which saw the team overhaul the quarterback room and add some major pieces to the team. This isn't your grandfather's Steelers team anymore. While change isn't necessarily a good thing, this is a team in need of a facelift. However, the way this team has gone about making those changes has left fans confused. This team wants to win now, but we trade away George Pickens and redo the quarterback room. They want to build for the future, but they sign an aging cornerback to start. It is a fair question: what exactly is the goal of the Steelers? On paper, this team says they want to compete, but they don't seem to be in a hurry. Even in years past, we have seen the team make more aggressive moves to remain in the playoff picture. There seems to be a clear shift in focus this year. Based on the projections, that isn't a horrible thing. Following the Pickens trade and the relaxed approach with Rodgers, this team clearly is more focused on the future, not the now. The Pittsburgh Steelers are calmly rebuilding this roster. While rebuilds can be swift with massive moves and cuts abound, Pittsburgh is taking a more subtle approach. They aren't going for the worst record in the league, and they are still keeping their roster full, ideally, to help their young roster improve. While signing Darius Slay doesn't scream rebuild, he makes sense in this locker room. He can help bridge the gap as a starter while also providing mentorship to Joey Porter Jr. and Corey Trice Jr. Adding DK Metcalf both improves the team now while also getting your top target a season to adjust to the scheme before making a run at things. Pickens served no purpose, assuming this team doesn't compete this year, so shipping him out now is a logical move. I think the biggest reason to point to this is that the team has been tepid with Aaron Rodgers. Last year, they were aggressive when acquiring quarterbacks in an attempt to get this roster ready to compete. They now know that no matter who is back there, this team isn't getting over the hump this year. It seems like the goal this year is to develop the roster instead of actually competing. The offensive line is facing a critical year, and we need to know who can and can't be counted on in that room. The trench investment that this team has made can hopefully begin to blossom. Pittsburgh has stockpiled draft capital to seemingly make a move at quarterback next offseason. It seems clear now, the team is willing to suffer through this season with an eye on the future. Thankfully, this makes sense. Now, there are measures that this team will have to take to really complete this process. If the season really goes belly up, we need to prioritize getting young players snaps. If we find ourselves in the thick of the playoff race, all the better. That said, unlike in years past, Pittsburgh is willing to take a pass on this season with the hopes of setting things up for a better future. It doesn't mean they are tanking, but it does mean they can tell that their previous strategies were not working. 3 Steelers who made magnificent first impressions at rookie minicamp. With the 2025 NFL Draft over, the Pittsburgh Steelers have started their preseason process. Their rookie minicamp took place over the weekend and was full of fun tidbits and sound bites. It's football in shorts, which means no pads or hitting allowed. It's the first time the organization can see their draft class and fellow tryouts make their case for the roster. This is the first time that the organization can see their draft class and fellow tryouts make their case for the roster. No one is getting released from the roster yet, but those who attempted to make the team on a tryout deal were working harder than others. The Steelers' 2025 draft class has undrafted free agents and draft picks. There could still be movement across the roster, but as many rookies showed, they are worth these spots on the depth chart heading into training camp. Pittsburgh Steelers rookies set themselves apart from the rest of the draft class. Gareth Warren, offensive tackle/guard. Pittsburgh needed extra players in the trenches heading into training camp. They decided to sign Gareth Warren after he tried out for the club. The mammoth of a human being played guard and offensive tackle in a small program. He bullied his competition and gained unlimited buzz at their rookie minicamp. The Steelers are thrilled with his size and potential to develop. Warren joins the roster with little pedigree in front of him. Broderick Jones and Troy Fautanu will start, but those behind them must earn their spots. Calvin Anderson appears to be the swing tackle to start training camp, but nothing is guaranteed. Warren has an uphill path to reach the final 53-man roster, but he has an opportunity to earn a spot and possibly play as a tackle and guard. The Steelers had a good idea of who they were getting when they selected Caleb Johnson with their third-round pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. He went to the minicamp in terrific shape and appeared ready for the campaign ahead. There have been ongoing questions about his speed because of a poor 40-yard dash time, but he doesn't seem slow. The NFL isn't a bodybuilding competition. You might look the part, but you must show you can create plays. Johnson has shown he can do that in a run-heavy offense in college. Expect the Steelers to get him plenty of snaps at training camp. He must earn every snap that goes his way because Pittsburgh likes what Jaylen Warren brings to the table. Thomas Perry, guard/center. It's mind-boggling to wonder why Thomas Perry is without an NFL contract. He worked his way onto the Ravens and Steelers rookie minicamps. The undrafted rookie out of Middlebury should get a chance somewhere before training camps hit. Pittsburgh liked what they saw with Perry in town, but it hasn't resulted in an offer. He will try and salvage his opportunities before they run out. Perry is from a tiny football program but is a massive human. The Steelers could use another versatile player along the offensive line. Perry can play both guard spots and has the potential to take snaps at center. He didn't play against elite competition, but Perry is someone who could become a diamond in the rough. The Steelers should give him a shot at training camp. Distraction: June 10 appears deadline for Pittsburgh Steelers to sign Aaron Rodgers. Earlier this offseason, April 9 appeared to be the date Aaron Rodgers would announce he was signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers for the upcoming season. Big night AHT came and went for Pat McAfee without Rodgers showing up. So did the draft. The Steelers are still expected to sign the four-time NFL MVP. But no one seems to know why the delay is or when Rodgers will sign. Why the Pittsburgh Steelers might be waiting. Per Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk, someone who knows Rodgers suggested that he's waiting for voluntary minicamp practices to be over to sign with the Steelers. Rodgers doesn't like participating in voluntary OTAs, and waiting until they're over is less distracting for Pittsburgh. Yes, it's a distraction to have Rodgers linked to the Steelers without signing a contract. If, however, he had signed but stayed away from the first two phases of the offseason program, Rodgers, it would have led to more questions and scrutiny, Florio wrote. Rodgers has always been opposed to the first two phases of the offseason program. By not agreeing to terms until the third phase looms, he avoids the offseason program until the offseason program becomes, from Rodgers' perspective, highly relevant. It's a simple solution. Rodgers informally tells the Steelers he'll be signing, eventually. He gets the playbook and other information he'll need to prepare for OTAs, and he shows up for the 6 days of 2025 OTAs and the mandatory minicamp that caps the offseason program. June 10 might be the deadline for Aaron Rodgers. If true, Steelers fans might be waiting close to a month before they feel secure knowing their team has a QB1 for the upcoming season. Pittsburgh's final voluntary OTA will happen on June 5. Mandatory minicamp will begin on June 10 and end on June 12. If Rodgers is waiting for mandatory minicamp to begin to sign, June 10 becomes the new deadline for the Steelers and Rodgers. And you, fan? What do you think about Aaron Rodgers' situation? Write to us in the comments.